Have you ever stopped to think about what makes a hotel stay truly great? I mean, it's not just about a comfy bed anymore, right? These days, it's all about this incredible mix of smart technology and a real, genuine human connection. In this explainer, we're going to dig into how those two things are completely changing the game for the guest experience.
Hello and welcome. I'm really excited to be your guide on this journey into the future of hospitality. My world is the technology that makes modern hotels tick, but my real passion has always been what makes this industry so special, the people. So whether you're a student just starting out or you've been in the industry for years, let's explore how we can all thrive in this incredibly dynamic field.
Okay, so let's jump right into the single biggest challenge that every hotelier is facing today. In this digital age, there are endless options, endless websites, new competitors popping up all the time. So how do you do more than just get someone to book a room for a night? How do you actually build a connection that earns their loyalty for years to come? To figure that out, we're going to break down what I call the essential pillars of modern hospitality. And you'll see pretty quickly that the incredible power of artificial intelligence and the timeless value of a real human connection, well, they aren't enemies. They're actually two sides of the very same coin. So, to find our answers, we first have to understand the ground we're standing on. Let's take a look at this new digital landscape that has, well, pretty much reshaped everything. If you look back just 20 years ago, the industry was a different beast. We went from a world of travel agents and glossy brochures to a reality where almost every single traveler is now exploring, comparing, and booking their entire trip online. Now, this shift has been amazing for reaching global markets, but boy, has it ramped up the competition. And that brings us to what I believe is the single most important skill for anyone in hospitality today: adaptability. I mean, this digital world is moving so fast that the strategy that worked for you last year might be totally useless tomorrow. Being able to learn, to test things out, and to pivot when you need to, that isn't just a nice-to-have skill anymore. It's absolutely essential for survival. So, how do we get better at adapting? How do we stay ahead of the curve? Well, that leads us right to our first strategic pillar: harnessing the incredible power of artificial intelligence. Now, when I say AI, I'm not talking about some sci-fi movie concept. It's already here, working behind the scenes. One of its key jobs is something called predictive analytics. Basically, this is where AI digs through mountains of past data to forecast what's going to happen next, like who is likely to book, when they'll book, and what they'll be looking for when they do. So, what does that look like in practice? Well, the system will analyze huge amounts of past booking information, looking for patterns you'd never see on your own. Then, it forecasts future demand. This lets managers optimize everything from room prices to marketing campaigns before their competitors even know what's coming. And this, right here, is the real game changer. Instead of just reacting to what the market does, AI allows hotels to become proactive. You can actually anticipate what your guests are going to want and what the market is going to do, and you can get ready for it before it even happens. That is a massive strategic advantage. And it's not just about forecasting. AI is also a total workhorse when it comes to efficiency. It can supercharge personalization by suggesting experiences a guest might love based on their past stays. It automates all those routine tasks like sending confirmations, which frees up your staff. And it can help with guest questions through chatbots, giving people instant answers 24/7. But look, technology is only half the picture. And that brings us to our second, equally important pillar: building direct, lasting relationships with your guests. Let's be frank and talk about the money for a second. While those big online travel agencies give you a ton of visibility, they also take a hefty cut of every booking. The real profit, the thing that keeps a hotel healthy, comes from direct bookings. And that's exactly why smart hoteliers are so focused on building a powerful direct booking strategy. And the benefits go way beyond just saving on commissions. When a guest books with you directly, you control their entire experience from the very first click. You get to collect valuable data that helps you personalize their next stay, and you start building a real relationship that creates genuine, long-term loyalty. It really all boils down to this: when you own the booking process, you own the entire guest relationship. When you control that first interaction, you can make sure your brand's promise is delivered perfectly, from that first moment online all the way through to checkout. Okay, so this focus on direct relationships leads us perfectly into our third and final pillar. This is all about connecting with guests on a much deeper level through something really powerful: authenticity and storytelling. Today's traveler, they're looking for so much more than just a good deal and a nice room. They're thinking about new things when they make a decision. Factors like sustainability and a real genuine connection to the local culture, these are becoming huge drivers for guests all around the world. But here's the critical thing. If you're going to talk about values like sustainability, it absolutely has to be real. Guests are smart. They can spot greenwashing from a mile away. When a company talks a big game about being eco-friendly but doesn't actually do the work. Whatever you say online has to be backed by real, tangible practices at your hotel. And this is where storytelling becomes your superpower. Your website, your social media accounts, these are your stages to show off the unique soul of your destination. By sharing stories about local traditions or art or the community, you create an emotional connection that a simple marketing message could never, ever achieve. All right, let's bring these three pillars together now and see what it all means for the future of our incredible industry. The future is all about a balanced integration. Look, technology is not here to replace us. It's here to handle the logistics, right? To make things efficient and seamless so that our teams, the people, can focus on what they do best, creating warmth, connection, and those unforgettable experiences. So for all of you, as the future leaders of this industry, it means you need to build a new set of skills. Yes, you'll need to be digitally literate and know how to read data, but you have to pair that with strategic thinking, with that adaptability we talked about, and with a relentless, human-first focus on the guest. In the end, it really comes down to a simple truth. The hotels that are going to do more than just survive, the ones that will truly thrive, are the ones that master this delicate balance. They'll be the ones who use technology not to replace, but to amplify the amazing human qualities that have always been the heart of hospitality. And so, I'm going to leave you with this one question to take with you into your careers. How will you strike that balance between innovation and humanity to help define the future of hospitality? The answer is going to shape not just your own success, but the direction of this entire industry. Thank you.